Journaling isn't like any other writing form. It uses writing, obviously, but besides that, you don't have to be good. You can be as bad as you want at spelling, grammar, whether you include all the details, whether you don't. It's completely up to you because it's your personalized experience. Hey, I'm Sylvia and we're talking about whether I have to be good at writing in order to journal. And the answer is... how often you write doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how often in your day-to-day, or indeed in the span of a year, you take pen and paper and write down. Besides maybe shopping lists. We don't even do that anymore, do we? We use our phones for it. So it doesn't matter how often you write for other purposes. Journaling can be a standalone writing piece. Writing for your journal can be the only thing you write. The only thing that you put pen to paper. You don't have to be a novelist. You don't have to be writing academic papers. You don't have to write anything. The point of journaling is to be able to capture your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, memories. You're capturing those onto paper. And how you do that, whether it's eloquent or grammatically correct or whether it makes sense at all, doesn't matter. All it needs is for it to matter to you. Writing for an academic paper, you have a specific purpose. The purpose is to bring new knowledge through research into the wider world. Whether you're writing a novel, the purpose is to bring out your creative flair and to put it out into the world to entertain. The journaling is not about the writing. You're not putting it out there for anybody. It's purely for you, and journaling is not about the writing so much as it is about the exercise of slowing down, becoming mindful of your moment, capturing what is going on in here or in here, capturing memories, perhaps capturing how you're feeling in that moment, something you really want to remember for several reasons. Journaling serves a different purpose, and that isn't so much about the writing. Writing is the conduit for the mindfulness process you're going through, for the ability to take a moment and have it immortalized somewhere forever. So you don't have to be writing about anything else. You don't have to practice writing in your day-to-day for anything else. You do write for other things, whether it's emails or you're a novelist, whether you write academic papers, whether you write shopping lists. No matter what you write, this journaling is a very different kind of writing. I, in particular, practice free writing, which means just dump it. When you feel like writing, take it and write it down, no matter Whether you are great at spelling or you misspell some things, whether it's half a sentence and then your thought goes somewhere else. It doesn't matter, because it's about downloading that thought and that emotion onto paper. Nothing more. So I've been journaling through times when I was writing emails regularly. Emails have a specific way of being put together. It's a crafted version of writing that specifically serves an aim for your work. I have been writing when I was writing policy. Now that is completely different. Policy has a specific aim. It has to be clear, logical, concise, and it cannot be open to interpretation. Journaling doesn't. And currently, I'm writing both academically and novels, fictional stuff, very different types of writing, and both different from journaling. Because when I sit down to write my research, my aim is to speak academically, for whatever I'm saying to come to the table and explain theoretical frameworks and new knowledge that has been created through different kinds of research methods. The aim is to bring new knowledge into the world. It has a specific style that has to be followed. Fiction, on the other hand, is where my creativity can flow. The creative words and the beautiful sounds of specific synonyms are bringing a story to light. It's all about telling that story so vividly that the reader can imagine it vividly, beautifully into their mind. Although you have creative license, novels and fictional writing also has a suite of frameworks that you can observe very easily when you read books. Journaling is like none of these, because it doesn't serve the purpose of writing. Writing is the channel. The main aim of journaling is to be mindful. And for me, it's to be able to capture those moments, to be able to capture how I felt in a time when I'm extremely passionate about something, or indeed when I'm not understanding what I'm feeling and I need to make sense of it by writing onto paper. And whether journaling is the only writing you do or not, it doesn't matter. As you get into the habit of writing regularly, you will find your style. You will find what works for you, and it doesn't have to be consistent. There are times when I want to capture to the most minute of details how a specific memory actually went, because I want to remember it, how it went. So I write it down in long sentences, descriptive, to an extent that brings that memory back to life when I will be reading it again. On the other hand, when I can't make sense of things, I have to write quick words in succession that come out until eventually this amalgamation of words will start to make sense. When I have to remind myself, let's say, of the good things in my life, I literally do bullet points to try and bring back to the forefront of my mind what is lacking in that moment. And that is a beautiful exercise. I date and time every time I write, so that way I have an imprint of what day and what time it was. You could go as far as writing your location. Because I want things to go quicker, I abbreviate certain words. For example, with, I put W and a slash, and I know that's what it means for me. But ultimately, it's going to come naturally. The only thing you have to do is enter into the habit of writing. So the answer is no. You don't have to apply any of the other formulas for writing in order to journal well. There is no such thing as journaling well because it's such a personalized experience. Do it the way it works for you to make sure that it takes that benefit, whether for you it's to be more mindful in the moment, whether it is to capture that memory or to make sense of things. Regardless of the purpose, it has to work for you. So thanks for watching. I'm Sylvia, and come back to talk more about journaling.